Welcome to a Kill with Fire podcast where friends get together and drink. I'm your host, Sean. To my left, I have Austin and Kyle. What's up, guys?
Hey. Hello.
New to you too, sir. We have special guest Mike.
Again.
What's up, guys?
I'll get back to you in a second. And our main special guest here is Andy, also known as Souljuice. What's up?
What's up?
DJ Souljuice.
DJ Souljuice.
Well, no, actually, it's just Souljuice.
But that's not a DJ name.
Well, I'm not a DJ. I'm a producer. We'll get into that later.
Wow.
Producer.
Misconceived here. I thought you were DJ.
Okay, I'm a bedroom DJ.
All right, get out. You're not a guest anymore.
All right, later, guys.
Come back. What's fucking with you?
He's a hipster DJ.
I'm now coming in live from Andy's house. A bit of a delay here, guys, so expect that.
But I'm going to go back to Mike here. Mike, you've been on our podcast almost religiously. Why don't you join why don't you be part of the crew?
Well, okay, you guys started this podcast without me, and I feel that ruining the triad that you guys already started.
Except for one of the triad wasn't even here the first podcast.
It's true, but see, that's the thing. I'm a filler. So you guys have your thing going, and I think you guys are going to go far and beyond.
Basically, it's in case we fail, he can always just say, I was never part of that. Who are they? Who are those guys?
I'm just a guest, so fuck it.
I didn't want to be a guest. They just made me do it. They tied my hands back.
Just to note, there was a clause in my contract that I signed that I am not liable for anything failed on this podcast.
I have multiple deals for arrangement.
The funny story with the first recording of our podcast with without Kyle in it, because he's part of the Kill with Fire crew. It was basically, I bought all the components, I ghetto rigged my laptop, and it was ready to go. I'm like, fuck it, let's record, And it was Austin and Mike here, so we just did that.
That we did.
Yeah, that we did.
By the way, we're still waiting for our actual.
Yeah, my Amazon shipping calculator in my mind was off.
Well,
They should have been here.
It said me the 10th. That's what it said. Today is past the 10th.
Yeah.
I don't know about how long.
Well, we are in a third world country.
That's true.
Yeah.
Usually they'll open our stuff first to look at it to make sure we're not smuggling drugs through Amazon.
So they can take it and use it themselves.
Probably. They want to use it for a couple days. Especially if you have like a dildo or something.
Just, one more thing related to the Kill with Fire. When do you think is our website going to be up? What's it put
I don't know.
Hey, well, going towards your guys' success, you know that our first podcast has like over 250 hits. And it was like within a week,
Jesus,
right?
We're famous.
Not really.
Well, not famous in the internet world because there's billions of people on there. But you know what? It's growing. And I think that's why I like to be a part of the group. Because if they know that we do this on a regular basis, they can listen on a regular basis.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I'm going to mention that we're going to change the formatting here, but I'm not going to get into too much detail. But we're going to try midweek, post a couple interesting stories there, and then at the end of the week, we're still going to go every weekend post the full podcast.
Can I bring up a special topic? Maybe suggest successful podcasts, and how do we do it?
Well,
our suggestions.
First, we have to be successful to tell the
fucking
story.
Well, no. Well, if they listen to us, then they see what we're trying to do, and maybe we'll get feedback on the emails.
Turn off your fucking phone.
It's off.
That's not mine this time. You should drink for that.
Okay, whatever.
But one, we have to be successful first in order to tell that story. But we could probably tell our struggles, like what we have to go through. I know we have to. A lot of it is
fan base.
Yes, fan base, but you also got to take into consideration that my mind went blank.
Drink for that.
I will. Like, that's going to help my cause, right? Drink more because I forgot something. The putting it out there. There you go, I remember. Like in YouTube, probably a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, if something was good, it was out there. People knew about it. But now, there's so much content that, you could have, like, the most amazing shit out there, but, you gotta have some minor advertising advertising or something. Fuck you. You gotta have some kind of advertising so people will know, like, oh, it's out there. This content is out there. Like, there's around like 36 hours worth of YouTube content every minute uploaded. Every minute. So if you decide to, I want to watch every YouTube video out there, every minute you'd be a day and a half behind. That's ridiculous.
So how do we get there? How do we get a better filtration system for them to look at us?
Or how do we rise above the others?
If I could just get my 2 cents here.
Make it 3.
3 cents.
Yeah.
It's valuable.
In the music world, you have to set yourself apart by being unique in some way because, people...
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
modern day Madonna, basically.
So James needs to dress in really skimpy outfits.
Yes, and that needs to be on video. But
you got it.
The thing is you have to have something that nobody else has. You have to have something that people are like, oh, you got to listen to these guys or you got to see these guys because, any successful podcast or video series is going to be that way. It's going to be something that people are talking about.
Okay, so how about this? If you comment on our video, vote on either Kyle, Austin, or me. Who do you want to see in the Skippy outfit?
Nice.
I'll do it for free.
Wow. I love how you made a decision without asking.
And Kyle's already drunk, as we can tell.
No, I wouldn't have done it anyways. Kind of weird.
So are you saying you are a liar?
I'll whore myself out for votes. That's cool. Whatever.
I mean, I'll do anything for publicity.
You guys don't think that the women listeners out there want to see you guys actually in real life?
I'll make sure they shave.
No way, dude.
Shave down there or up there?
Everywhere.
No way, dude.
Oh, wow.
I'm going all natural.
I don't want you making sure that I shave. Just take my word for it, okay?
Yeah.
If you vote for Sean, I'll give you $5. Bam.
Okay, let's say because of this, there's going to be 1,000 people that vote for me. You're going to give them each $5?
Of course not. I'm lying.
Doesn't matter. We're supposed to make it.
But I give them $5.
Vote for Austin. He's lying. Anyway. So Souljuice, a.k.a. Andy, what kind of music do you make?
I make deep house and progressive house.
Okay, I'm not that familiar with deep house. I did listen to a couple of your tracks. They're pretty good. But just for the listeners who do not know what it is, can you give them like a brief explanation?
Yeah, deep house is a subgenre of house music, and house music is usually anywhere between 126 to 130 beats per minute.
Yeah.
Deep house, you kind of take it down a notch. It's anywhere from 118 to 122 beats per minute, and it's
so
just
more relaxed.
Yeah, more relaxed, and it's the kind of thing that you're going to hear in the clubs at 2 a.m. When people are just trying to sit at the bar and listen to some good tunes.
And talk. Yeah.
So it's the kind of thing that you just kind of you relax, you have a drink, chill out. Some people like to dance to it. It's just got a nice steady groove to it, and it's usually has some organic sounds in there, organs, and
it's the relaxing music of the techno, so to speak, world.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah,
that's one thing I noticed when I was listening to some of your tracks. The best way I could imagine is when, like in the movie, you're in the club. That's the music you hear in the background when not everyone's raving, but they're sitting at a bar and talking about stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So.
Okay, very cool.
Well, he also made the entrance music.
Oh yeah. I forgot to mention that was an awesome intro music. I'm in love.
You said that's deep house. Stuff you had at the beginning.
That was dubstep.
Yeah, I specifically asked for dubstep.
Oh, okay.
That was actually my first try at dubstep, and it was actually pretty easy to make. Believe it or not.
Well, it's not really that hard to make dubstep. Just make the bass wobble.
So what got you into making music? What made you become a DJ?
Well, I started making music when I was in high school, actually. So we're talking 10 years ago or so. And my buddy introduced me to this music making stuff, and I always kind of was off and on with it for a long time, and then I got really serious with it eventually, to where I was spending thousands of dollars on software, and it's gotten to the point now to where I'm starting to make stuff that's it's good enough to be put on a label, and so it's just kind of a thing that progresses with time, and my taste has definitely shifted over the years, and that's kind of why I'm into deep house now. I feel like I finally found my groove. So
that's awesome. Did you submit your work yet?
I haven't submitted much of it. There is one track. It's been submitted to a label, and the label hasn't. Yeah, I know my voice cracked.
Yep. Drink for that.
Yeah, let me get a switch.
Hey guys.
But for you guys listening, we're gonna have Souljuice's SoundCloud on the description below, so if you're curious or interested on what kind of music he makes, just check it out.
Yeah, and that the song that you're going to see, one of them on there, the Deep House track, that one's been submitted to a label, so that's why it's a preview, and not sure about release dates, but if you're interested, I'll let the Kill It With Fire crew know, and you guys can check it out whenever the release date.
Yeah, definitely going to give you an update on it. Thank you very much for the intro.
And by the way, on this little drinking game we have on here, I invite anyone listening at home to join us every time Sean messes up a word.
Well, eventually, I was planning on actually submitting this live, live recording.
Well, yeah, we could do that, but again, they can join us in our drinking game.
Right. Drunk as fuck by the day.
By the way, do not drink and drive. Do this in the comfort and safety of your own home.
You should drink for that, for messing up your sentence there.
Well, for fuck's sake, I'm drinking shots here. You guys are drinking beer.
No, I'm combat drinking over here. I could do shots and beer at the same time.
Oh, fuck.
Damn, he's drinking shots and beer.
I'm drinking.
2 stomachs.
But yeah, eventually I was thinking if we get enough viewers, by the way, comment if you want us to do a live broadcasting. That way, we're okay. That way, we'd be more on schedule, and Austin wouldn't be late all the time for appointment dates.
Yeah, what's up with that? You're not even Asian. You can't be late. I'm Asian.
Hey, the one time I was like 3 hours early, Erin and her boyfriend were like half an hour late. So I just said, fuck it, I'm going to be late, and then we'll all start whenever I get here. But yeah, if we did like live things, then I would show up on time.
Well, what I was thinking when we broadcast live, I would do like a 30-minute before broadcast, so they see us sitting together trying to... Because what we do is we sit down and we try to talk about, okay, what we're going to talk about in this podcast, right? We're not that organized where we have it a week in advance. But you do get a lot of interesting stories before the broadcast. And,
broadcast?
Drink for that.
And... I don't want you guys to miss on it. It's pretty interesting. Any of you guys got anything for Souljuice here?
Yeah, how the hell did you come up with the name Souljuice? I didn't know this. This is a weird-ass name.
Okay, yeah. This is pretty funny, actually. Okay, so I had this dream, right? And in this dream, I was at a school.
I read it in the book!
You had a prophetic dream, I think.
Yeah, and it is, actually. This is how I got my name. So I guess you could say it's for my dreams. It's fate. So I had this dream, and I was at some school. I don't know what school it was, but I was sitting outside, and I look over, and there's this guy who's, he's this white guy. He's bald, and he's got his entire body tattooed, including the top of his head and his face and everything. He's just completely tattooed.
What about his junk?
But his junk wasn't exposed, but I can only assume that it was.
It's your dream, though.
Yeah, so, okay, so, I walked up to this guy, and, somebody that was walking by at the time said, hey, you see that guy over there? He's the #1 DJ in the world. And so, I wanted to see who this dude was, so I walked up to him and I said, hey, so you're the #1 DJ in the world? And he looked up at me and he kind of just mumbled, Yeah, that was it. And then,
wait, can you do that again?
Yeah, it was so I was like, so what kind of music do you play? And he's like, Souljuice. And then The best part of the dream is right now, though, because a bunch of kids with metal legs come running by, and
Metal leg?
yeah, they're stepping on my feet, and I'm like, ow, ow, and that's the end of my dream.
You woke
Hey.
up in the face.
Yeah.
Mom says these are my magic shoes.
So a creepy DJ you walk up to who mumbles, you want to body something to him.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's pretty epic, honestly. God damn, that sounds like a great movie.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of I was watching a clip on YouTube recently of it was a clip off of a show, I think Tim and Eric's show or something like that, and it's this dude. He's like, I wish I had telepathy, because then I could think about a food and it would fly and appear. It's the most
Did you
random
say
thing.
telepathy?
Yeah, telepathy.
Yeah.
It is telepathy.
I know, but I'm quoting.
Tomato, tomato.
Oh, he's a direct
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he's allowed to mess up.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like Brule's Thoughts or something like that. You can find it on YouTube. It's pretty funny. And, and that's kind of the same humor.
Hey, don't dig into YouTube too much because we got a Google believer, Kyle here, and he'll go on a rant.
We're giving a shout out to YouTube. One of our brothers.
So you say.
Give him some publicity here.
But you know what you could do is, if you do ever make it, you always just make your own branding, call that Souljuice, and then the prophecy will be fulfilled.
That's true, actually. And that may very well happen.
Patent pending, no one else take that. It's copyright.
Trademark.
Trademark.
Let's see. Our next topic here is lefties versus righties.
Oh, you guys are going to gang up on me.
Yeah, who here is a righty? Raise your hand.
Everyone
Yeah,
except
Nobody can see hands raised, Mike.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna count.
There's 4 of us here, you guys here, that are righties, and I'm the only lefty.
So how does it feel to be a loser?
Oh.
Well, if you
Does
mean...
your parents know you're gay?
Are you a gay?
No, I'm not a gay.
I don't know. In my world, left automatically means gay.
Oh shit. At least you know when you shake their hands. You know, it's awkward for them.
Well, here's the thing. If you ever shake my hand, you know I was masturbating with it.
You know,
You mean
Superman
you weren't?
I was not masturbating with
Oh,
it.
there you go.
Although you guys, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Man, it must
Always
suck to be a
masturbate
lefty
with
then.
the right hand, don't wash it flying.
What?
That.
Confusing me. But I will say that lefties are way more smart than righties. I read it in a book once.
I read it in the book.
I sure wasn't nothing. You know,
but
Superman's gay because he's a lefty. Watch it.
for
I
you
want to see
guys,
evidence. Show
for
me
you guys
evidence.
that are listening to podcasts and didn't listen to episode 4, I definitely recommend that you do. But we did talk about superheroes and that
I did win. Superman is the best. And, well, first of all, Goku's the one superhero. So we did win that part.
don't
You
take,
didn't win.
Don't take,
Opinions are opinions. You believe that your opinion was right.
Okay. Fact. 2 things. One, this entire podcast is opinionated. We don't represent anything out here. It's just all our personal opinions. So
While
do not get
drinking, too.
offended. We don't mean anything that we say
I represent truth, justice, and the American way.
While drinking.
while drinking.
Well, I'm not drinking, so I can say it's sober.
Yeah, right.
But in the previous podcast, we did talk about superheroes and also my fuck up on me trying to explain to these guys something that they did not understand. And I said I read it in the book, which I did. I still can't remember the title.
Although it was...
Try to provide it on the link description.
Yeah, the book was called Nothing.
And they still think I made it up.
Wrote by nothing.
Mike, you did a little research before we started the podcast. How many lefties die using right-handed tools or whatever?
Oh yeah, I did do a little research on it. 2,500 lefties die using right-handed products a year.
That's just a big conspiracy against the right-handed people, trying to kill us all out. But you know what? We're still here. We're still strong. Fuck you guys.
That's almost all of them, dude.
What?
That's almost all of them.
All I have to say is, if you can't beat them out, breed them out.
Breed them out. Well, there's
It's
a
a
reason
recessive
why
trait.
right-handers are dominant.
And if Austin isn't here for the next podcast, that's probably why.
Well,
You're right. If I'm not here, they murdered me.
Did you hear that? He said, "You're right." Exactly. Meh.
But just for the police force out there, if I do not appear here, it's Mike killed me. Mike, he lives downstairs from these two guys.
I'm pretty sure that was the one time you didn't check your back seat because of your irrational fear.
I always check it. I always check the back seat.
Always check it.
I'll check it before I get in, and then when I sit in the car, I'll put my hand back down, feel around, make sure there's no one underneath something, like the seats. Check on the seats in case they're hiding, like a midget trying to kill me.
I got real quick something to put out here. I didn't write it down on our topics list, but since we're in the topics of surviving things, right? 90s children, which is me and probably most of you guys. I don't know.
80s baby.
80s baby.
Well, I was
Caught the end of it.
Hey, am I considered 80s baby? I was born in 89.
Nope.
You are an 80s baby.
There you go. But for those of us who grew up in the 90s, everything was fucking deadly. Everything was bad for you.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and
remember.
I'm still alive, and it goes by the concept of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
well, like the thing is, like my this whole like child-proofing your house. I mean, we had open sockets, and my grandfather would see me trying to put shit in the socket, and my mom would try to stop me. My grandfather would say, "Oh, my grandma did." My grandfather stopped me, and he's like, "No, just watch." So I would put something in the socket. I got shocked, and you know what? Never did it again.
Exactly.
I learned.
And Austin was right-handed before that happened.
Yeah, it actually every wire.
I was lucky.
Every wire shit in my head.
I did a similar thing. I took a wire. It was insulated. That's probably why that I still am right-handed. And I plugged it into both sides of the socket, and it sparked really big. And I'm like, ah! Yeah, of course I didn't do it again.
Well,
but
there's one
right
story
hand.
I remember. There's one story I remember when I was a young kid. My sister, I have an older sister. She oh shit!
Frickin'.
Okay.
You guys are all over the ground,
Beer
flicking
spill.
everywhere. How about you put your mouth?
Penalty.
Mike was trying to show Andy here how to open a beer with a lighter.
But he shook it before I opened it.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, blame it on me.
Like frickin' Mount Etna over here.
That's some
rubber everywhere.
alcohol abuse right there.
By the way,
There's
that's
alcohol
an idea. I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna show YouTubers how to open a beer with a lighter.
Good enough, because they need to know how to open up beers while camping.
Yes. Or if you're at a party and no one has
Because I know one thing, like
always a smoker there.
I didn't know you could open a beer with a lighter until I got this job. So
Fucking noob.
fucking new. Yeah, exactly.
I know.
It's like my fucking coworkers.
How did you even
like,
live?
Hey, this is how you do it. It's like my coworker's like, hey, this is how you do it. But go back really quick to my story. This story.
What story are you talking about again?
Oh, it was my older sister, right? She was babysitting me for the very first time, right? My parents went out for dinner, whatever. I don't
Did you have sex with her?
No. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
Dude, I was probably like fucking like 4. I don't remember.
And then?
Asians, man, they're fucking
Oh my
crazy.
god.
I am disappointed.
Well, just look at some of the Japanese.
Alright, go on with your story. Go
But,
ahead.
in any case, it was the very first time that my sister was babysitting me, right? And my parents were out, so my sister wanted to do a good job, so, they wouldn't worry about her taking care of me. And that night, I shoved, like, this really small piece of broken...
Oh, did you now?
Where'd you shove it?
Shove it up my nose.
Oh my god!
What is disgusting?
Yeah, like...
Like it in the nose.
What the? I'm sorry, alright.
I was playing with some toys and something broke off. It's a very small piece.
Oh my god!
I'm fucking 4! Alright? So, I'm 4 years old, guesstimate. I was playing with some, like, plastic toys like fucking.
Alright, serious mode.
And
Hey, serious mode. Serious face. Go ahead. Go on with your story.
And I shoved this broken piece of toy. I think it was a Lego or something.
Sorry.
I think it was a Lego or something.
Okay.
I shoved it up my nose and it got stuck. Right? So my sister is freaking out, man. Austin, stop laughing!
The story ain't going anywhere. Alright. Hey, just kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire. Any case, she was freaking out. She called the ambulance, but I was able to somehow get it on my nose. And she was fucking like.
She was fucking, huh?
No. Yo, fuck it. You got killed the whole fucking story. Fuck it.
Anyway, she was fucking.
I killed it with fire.
At the time. That's what happened. That's why she let him take one of her plastic toys and shove it up his nose.
Hey, my plastic toy.
What the fuck? You're 4 years old.
So does she get to keep the babysitting job?
Well, she was my sister, so it's not like she could get fired. I wish I did.
The whole reason why I asked that question is because I've had a babysitter in my life. And, you know, they're usually older. Well, yeah, when you're when you're an adolescent, like 12 or 13, you have a babysitter.
But
that's
not
like
4!
Yeah, well, she's like 16 or 17. You're like, oh, man, she's banging. Yeah. 12, 13 years old.
Wait, you had a babysitter when you were 13?
Yes.
Fuck, I was man of the house fucking at 13.
I was like 10 years old watching myself.
Well, then you guys missed out on a perfect moment in your life where you were imagining having sex with the babysitter.
Oh, okay. You didn't actually have it.
No! I was going to the story. You guys cut me off.
Well, then go.
Alright,
Okay.
stop.
Well, okay. 12, 13 years old, you're getting into your, hey, I notice my penis grows larger when I think of girls, right? So, you have a 16/17-year-old babysitter that's not a part of your family, and you're like, hey, why not try stuff on her? And you know, you try to be friendly because she's a babysitter, and she has to be friendly with you. Otherwise, you could tell on your parents that she was mean to you, and she didn't let you do it.
Would that be considered abuse? Molester?
Would that be wrong?
Molester!
I don't think it would be wrong if she were to touch me, where I wanted her to touch me.
Mommy, she didn't touch me on my pee-pee.
I wouldn't have told her that. I'm just saying. You guys never had, well, I guess you guys didn't have babysitters at that age.
No.
Dude, you were a responsible child, yes. At 13 years old.
I was fucking
you had a job.
drinking alcohol at 16. That's 3 years later.
Oh, we got a badass over here.
Put your hands up.
Actually, you know, another off-topic thing. When did you guys start drinking? Like, when was the first time you ever got drunk?
Well, I mean, the first time I had alcohol was like 17.
Well, actually, the first time I had alcohol
But
was fine.
that I remember, at least. I don't remember a whole lot of things.
I said when you first got drunk.
Drunk? No.
Like at a party, whatever.
19. The first time I actually drank alcohol was when I was 5 years old. My friend, that same guy's like, this little fucking freaking socket. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this guy does not like beer by getting the most disgusting beer I can think of. So I tried a little sip of it. I hated beer so much.
Wow.
Well, I think my story is closer to what most viewers have. It was a party of some sort of your relatives, right? Mine was a wedding. I was 14 years old. Most of my cousins were 18, 19 years old, and they believed that, you know, in order to get him initiated, quote unquote, into the family, we should get him drunk. So my parents were against this, but they always took me to, you know, to the far side of the party where nobody could see. They're like, hey, you should drink this.
How old were you?
14.
14.
Yeah, and my first drink was Hennessy, which is probably the worst thing you could ever taste as a child. And it was a wedding, my cousin's wedding, and they gave it to me. They're like, okay, if you want to be cool, you gotta drink this. And you know,
when you're
like,
14, you're like, oh, I want to be cool.
Yeah, you're very impressionable, And, your cousins, which are your relatives, you trust them more. So I wanted to be cool, so I drank. I took a half a cup of Hennessy because I didn't know any better. I didn't know how to drink liquor. I didn't know how to drink beer. I just drank it like it was a glass of apple juice or whatever. And I threw up an hour later. And I learned my lesson. But you know what? To still be cool, because I noticed that in high school that, all the cool kids would go to these parties that you would have alcohol and stuff. So I was more ready to drink alcohol with peers, I guess you'd say, in those situations because of my cousins. But that was my first experience.
Well, for when I first got drunk, it was probably like 15. But I'm Hungarian, right? And the way I was raised. Stop laughing, Mike.
Sorry.
What's so funny about me being Hungarian?
Who's Hungarian?
In any case, I was raised, not like with. I don't look at alcohol as in a pedestal, right? Like a lot of Americans do that. That's why I know this.
And we're gonna bring that back up because I have a conspiracy on it.
My dad, ever since I was growing up, he was like, let's say, New Year's Eve party, right? And I was there. I was pretty young. I don't remember how old I was. And he was drinking champagne. I'm like, oh, Dad, what are you drinking? I was like, I'm drinking champagne. Can I taste it? And, he let me, like, dip my finger in it and taste it, right? Like, no, it's pretty good, right? And when he was drinking beer, I did the same thing. I'm like, I don't like this. And he said, wait till you get older, right? So alcohol was never, excluded from my life. Not saying that I was drinking heavily. It's just, they never looked at it in a way that it was bad. It's just how the European culture is, how the Hungarian culture is. Alcohol is part of our culture, right? You have French people, like in the age of, I don't fucking know, they let their kids drink wine, right? It's just how the culture is. And what I noticed is a lot of Americans, mostly Christian families, don't want to offend anyone here, they deny, like, teeth and nails, say, like, no alcohol, no, this is bad for you.
Except my mom.
Except your mom.
Sorry, Mom.
I'm going to see your mom at Topics.
But
sorry, Mom.
I'm trying to say is, I grew up with it, and because of that, I don't get, what's the word for it? Binge drinking. I don't binge drink. I drink, my dad taught me, drink enough so you feel good, but drink enough so you could drink tomorrow too, aka, that's not an alcoholic thing, but...
That's responsible parenting, I think.
Yeah, he said, drink enough so you feel good, but you don't throw up, right? But drink enough so you don't feel sick in the next morning so you could drink again. Not necessarily meaning that you have to, it's just that you could.
I totally agree with that. I think that's good philosophy.
Mm-hmm. Any of you guys got some stories or input on that? I don't know.
Well, Mike has conspiracy theory.
All right.
Waiting for baby breath.
Well, okay. So drinking underage, should it be allowed with your family or?
Yes. Like parental supervision. Like my dad gave me beer all the time. Like.
Well, okay. So the why I'm thinking about this is because in America, it's the age limit of 21 years old, right? And we've noticed that Americans have more of a problem drinking with underage drinking than most countries. And in Germany, which we've just recently visited, they can drink as long as they can hold the beer at the bar,
which is a 1 liter beer,
and yet they don't have any problems. So, is that where's the reasoning behind it?
I got one thing for that. Especially in Hungary, you can only get your driver's license when you're 18, right? In the States, you could get it 16, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, 16.
Well, most states.
Depends on the state. In California, it was 16.
It's like my state was 16 permit to drive for 6 months on your test.
Technicalities.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is true about, there's less drinking and driving incidents in Europe than in the States, but from what I like to believe is read in the book. No, I didn't. I didn't read it.
Well, no, legitimately it is, because if they're underage drinking and driving is at 18 and ours is at 21, that's 3 years extra that we have on statistics.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, okay, we all live in the States, and let's say we grew up in a very conservative family, right? And they didn't let you drink until you're 21. So you have your first drink when you're 21, right? But you've been driving since you were 16. So you have a drink, you have no idea what the effects are. You have no idea, you have no experience whatsoever with alcohol, right? So you drive to a party, you're like, okay, I'm going to try, drinking for the first time, whatever. And you end up driving home and getting in an accident because you had no idea what this thing could do to you, right?
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true because, there's so many ads all over the place that talk about it. Don't drink and drive, don't drink and drive. And I don't know. I just think that...
It's kind of like programmed into your brain.
It's not just the fact that there is a reason why at 21. That's because our studies have shown that your brain doesn't stop developing as much to 21. It still develops throughout your entire life, but it slows down at 21. And alcohol can severely hamper your brain developing. So that's
my encyclopedia.
Yeah,
that's why they.
But
Einstein at 21.
Einstein's German, and yet he was one of the best scientists out there.
But we don't really know if he drank or not.
Well, assuming that since he was raised in a German family, he was drinking before the age of 21. So his brain developed.
I also think he was a Christian, though. I could be wrong, but I think he was.
Okay.
No, he was a deist. He was a deist. He said it many times that he doesn't believe in a personal God.
I see. Well, even still, you never know how that's going to affect a person's personal beliefs on.
Okay, I want to put Mike's statement to a vote. How many of you guys think that teens should be able to drink with parental supervision? Put your hands up.
No,
in public or in private?
Private. At your home.
In private, absolutely.
Yeah,
inside your house, you should have control. Inside your house, you have control of the family. And you know what? When the cops come, they always look for the person responsible.
Right.
So if you allow your child to drink, that is your responsibility. And if you keep it within house, that's fine.
Yeah.
But in public, I do believe that there should be a limit, and it should be a general consensus. 21 might not be my age limit. I say 18 because of the fact that they can do a lot more when they're 18.
I do agree that
you can die for your country, but you can't have a beer.
Well, the thing is, though, is that above everything else, I do believe in civil liberties. So I do think that at 21 you should be, or before 21, sorry, you should be able to drink with parental supervision, even at the age of 18. We say that this person's old enough to buy cigarettes, to vote for the next president, to sign up for the military and sacrifice his life for his country. Yet he can't drink alcohol. I don't understand either.
I'm gonna put two votes here. One, under 18, do you allow in the private quarters with parental supervision? Should they be allowed to drink? Put your hands up. I'll say the numbers. Okay.
Unanimous.
5-4
unanimous.
out of 5.
Nope, it's unanimous. It was everybody.
Unanimous. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but I'm
5-4.
I'm still conflicted on it because, even with parental supervision, there are parents out there who, let's face it, aren't the best parents in the world and don't give two shits about what their kid does.
But the thing is,
at the same time, it's the civil liberties thing comes into play that they should be allowed to just like the whole anti-vax movement. I'm pretty sure we're all for vaccines here. Yet there's still parents out there who, because it's their civil liberty to not force their kid or to not have to have their kid get vaccinated. And I still think it should be their choice, but at the same time, it's like you're only welcoming another outbreak of polio, mumps.
There's a reason why we have vaccines.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that they can maintain the right to say no. And because of that, it's their right. I agree, it's their right, and it should be their right. But at the same time, it's like if you don't, you're just welcoming another outbreak.
You're still wavering.
Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted.
Well,
okay, but
the deal is
a lot of gray area
here. You can't
here.
go to a public school without these immunizations. That's the deal.
To get free education.
Well, you
should have a minimum standard.
Is that federal wide or is that state?
What?
That you
Public
don't,
education.
are you saying it should be that way or it is?
Well, I'm just saying, like, okay, immunization students sounds like people might not want to get vaccinations.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that you have to, like, let's say, like in a public school, like you're going to actually expose other people. Like, if they're homeschooled,
not really. I mean, if they are vaccinated against, let's say, freaking mumps, if there's a kid who has mumps there, hopefully the vaccine should protect him from them.
I think that's kind of beside the point, though. I think the bottom line here is that, you know, a good parent is a good parent and a bad parent is a bad parent.
True.
And, you know, whether or not there's alcohol involved, a bad parent, you know, even if they don't let their kids drink alcohol, is still a bad parent. And, you know, they're going to let their kids, you know, go party at night and not question what's going on. Or
that's also true. I mean, it's because
it's true. Yes, it's kind of like an apples and oranges argument too. Like immunizations, you know, like you can't. It's not contagious. Alcohol is not contagious.
True. And going back to what Andy said here, I mean, it is, you know, when it comes right down to it, these kids, if they want to drink, they're going, and their parents are bad, they're going to drink. It's just like, you know, marijuana. I mean, marijuana's illegal, but people, you know, still smoke marijuana.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a whole lot of gray area here. I mean, I do agree that if under parent supervision, yeah, they should be able to drink.
Yeah, something like a choice like that is.
And as far as the legal drinking age, I think 18 should definitely be it. Because
that's our next vote. I'm putting up a vote. Do you guys think that the drinking age should be lowered to 18?
Yep.
Put your hands up.
In America, right?
In America.
Hands up.
Okay, that's a unanimous vote as well.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
and funny and surprising, real quick, that whole legal drinking age is not a federal law, because if you, whatever amendment was that abolished the prohibition says that the federal government cannot make any law restricting the sale of or production of alcohol. So they can't restrict anybody buying alcohol, which means they can't say if you can't be 521. However, they've given money to states who say legal drinking age is 21. So,
and that's fine by me, because in the state that I live in, or whatever, if it's just a random state, if I wanted to buy alcohol for my parents, I'm 18 years old, I should be allowed to buy it, but I'm not going to consume it. But they shouldn't question me for buying it.
Yeah. But the whole thing is, though, is that I think it's kind of wrong, because even though the Constitution strictly says that the government can make, or the federal government can make no law restricting this, they're still in a roundabout way making sure that it does happen by giving money to the state.
Well, that's an incentive. Anybody can take an incentive or not take it.
Yeah, but who's not going to take the fucking money?
Well, some people feel that they don't need to.
Well, it's not individual; it's the state. States are going to get all the money they can, especially right now.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, all right. But
it's like, you know, anybody who has, like, if you're $2,000 in the hole, and someone says, hey, if you just do this simple thing, I mean, it doesn't even really affect you, it just affects some other person. Just do this, like, $2,000. I mean, it's not going to kill them. It's just going to make their, you know, it's going to restrict their civil liberties a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. I'm going to go to the next topic. We're going to talk about your favorite memes.
Favorite memes, huh?
Memes, yeah.
Memes.
All right. Is it memes or is it memes? Because I believe that it's memes, right?
It's memes.
When I first read it, it was memes.
Dictionary. It says
there is no dictionary that has memes or memes.
Dude, meme was first coined in the 70s, dude.
In the 70s.
By Richard Dawkins.
Prove it.
Online.
Oh, so we're going to believe online, where people can adjust anything that's said on Wikipedia.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to believe the people.
Because those same people that can make false statements, there's also somebody else to check the facts.
Well, it is true, though, but it's kind of, it was actually just online, like, recently, a bunch of articles fucking just released. Oh, a big news fucking memes, Richard Dawkins and shit like that. But, I didn't read that.
In his self.
Oh, so you didn't read it in the book, so it's not true.
Nah.
I never read the book.
Book called Nothing. But I didn't read it, so I just read that part of it. So.
Well, anyway, what's your favorite meme?
I like this. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a creepy meme. You know, like this.
That's probably the murder site.
It was kind of like a, you know, I like to smell you when you're not paying attention kind of a thing.
Yep. Dating site murderer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Dating site murder.
I don't know if that was it or not.
No, that's
no,
like dating site murders were the first line is something really, really creepy, and the second
And then
line
it's
is
like,
normal.
No, it's like reverse of that. It's like the first line is something normal, and then the second line is something creepy.
Actually,
honestly,
I don't know. I mean, you might be able to find it if you look.
Well,
online.
describe the picture.
Well, it was an animal. I guess that doesn't help too much.
Okay, so it might be an insanity wolf.
No. It was okay. This was one of them. Like in order of popularity, it was on like the 4th or 5th page.
Well, you gotta understand that we frequent the internet a lot.
Yeah, you know what animal it was?
I think it might have been a dog, but it could be wrong.
Could have been insanity wolf.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
He is a part of the canine family.
It wasn't an insanity wolf. I mean,
courage wolf.
We're talking like man.
Hipster.
I don't know.
He is a hipster, isn't he?
We'll get back to you.
Yeah, let's get back to that.
All right, Sean, go.
Mine, Success Kid. Fucking love Success Kid.
Drink for that.
I am gonna drink for that. But I also love Third World Success Kid. Both
Why?
of them are fucking hilarious. Well, because we live in Sicily, and Third World Success. I can't
Drink for
fucking
that.
talk.
That's 2 times.
I can't fucking talk. Third World Success Kid. I can kind of relate to that for living in Sicily.
But you're from Hungary and you live in L.A. So how can you relate to him, honestly?
Third world country. It might be second world. But
So Hungary's not a third world country, and L.A. is definitely not a third world country. So how can you relate?
Country. It's a city.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it takes into account, people's
Opinions?
opinions
Well, even-
about third world countries where it just fucking sucks, right? And like one of the memes is, don't have a computer, still able to play Minesweeper.
Exactly. But, honestly, third world countries don't have it that bad because a lot of people complain about government. They don't have any government. That's the whole thing about third world countries.
Constantly fighting.
So what's wrong with that?
Well, the whole constant fighting and warlords kidnapping you at a young age to force you to fight for a war that you have no say in. That might be bad.
Well, you guys don't have parents that actually had issues with that. I have parents that were forced out because of the Vietnam War, because of the missile trafficking through Laos, right? Because my parents are from Laos. They were given an ultimatum. They're either going to follow the communist way or they're going to get out of the way.
Well, my dad went through something similar, not the rockets and things, but Hungary was communist, so he fled the country, and that's why he was able to be an American citizen, is because he was considered a political refugee.
Yeah, my parents too.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
So we have a deeper bond, Sean. We have a deeper bond.
American. I'm a first generation American. I'm the only one in my family that was born in the States. All right, let's go to different memes. Kyle, what's your favorite meme?
Troll science.
Troll science.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Fucking love
Why troll
Yeah,
science?
Whoopie whoop, that's why. Because
The
with troll
swoopy
science,
arms.
the troll science, anything is possible.
It is true. But
I mean,
for some reason they like a lot of magnets.
run out of gas. No, you know, run out of gas.
Are you saying they don't like a lot of
I thought
magnets?
you said lack. I'm sorry. I thought you said lack. Anyway, like your gas runs out of your car. What are you going to do? Get a magnet. You put it in front of it. Bam, car goes.
Infinite.
Infinite
propulsion.
energy.
Infinite propulsion right there.
Want to go to space? No spacecraft? It's easy. You lift weights.
There's so many ways you can do it.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, lift weights and so you can pick up yourself. Sit in a chair. Pick the chair up.
All right, so I looked up
Space travel.
Andy's favorite meme, and it's the creeper canine. That's what it is.
Creeper canine. I've never even heard of that one.
Oh, well, he's a hipster, so... Well,
Anyway.
no, you know.
My favorite has got to be Joseph DeCrow. Because it's like a puzzle that's also funny at the same time.
Yeah, he's fancy.
He's fancy
You put
as
your
fuck.
pinky up whenever you read it.
Yeah, and pretty much, like, you know, he'll say something like, I wonder what pop reference he's making. And you got to think about it. And then when you get it, it's funny.
I did phone in Joey, and he said his favorite meme, at least at one point.
Who the hell's Joey?
And he said he liked it before it was.
Oh, Joe.
mainstream.
Joe, yeah.
Joe.
Joe Lee, there we go.
And he doesn't have a favorite
Hipster.
anymore. His favorites
Yeah,
are for mainstream people.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite is?
First world problems?
No. I do make a lot of those first world problems memes.
Yeah, you seem to like those.
But Scumbag Steve, because there's a lot of scumbags out there.
Yeah.
That guy, I don't even know how he made it out there, but he did.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of scumbags out there, and you can relate. Whenever you read one of those, I have just a notion to upvote because of the fact that I met somebody like that.
Who's that?
Well, anybody.
Anybody.
Also, didn't you tell me that Scumbag Steve noticed that his picture was on meme base or whatever, and he tried to copyright it?
Yes.
To be a scumbag?
Exactly. Just like a scumbag. But he went to the meme New Year's Eve party, and he was actually there, and they made an alternate Scumbag Steve, the true Scumbag Steve, and he was like not there for a meme-based party, but he went there. You know, like just because of the fact that he was popular, he went there, just like a scumbag.
Yeah. I kind of like good guy Greg though, you know.
Oh yeah.
Good guy, Greg, man.
Dude,
Kind of the opposite of scumbag Steve.
Yeah, no, he's a underlying hero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
and Scumbag Steve is the evil villain.
If he had superpowers, he would be a superhero.
Is he an evil villain or a superhero to
Who?
you guys?
Scumbag Steve,
Good guy Greg, 3G.
3G.
Yeah,
Maybe
I like to
not
call him 3G.
superhero, but maybe you have Captain Hindsight. He might be fucking Captain good guy.
Good guy Greg, he's like a real life superhero because he exists. He's out there,
Yeah.
and
And you know what? In little ways, he's a bit of a homo.
and he's making the world a better place. And who doesn't read that meme and think, I want to be good guy Greg?
Yeah.
You go out the next
So
day.
basically, you could say whenever you go into a moral situation, like you gotta choose. You have good guy Greg on your left or right, it doesn't matter. And the other side, you have Scumbag Steve.
Yeah, it's like Angel and Devil thing. Only.
Yeah, it's like good guy Greg. It's like what does it benefit other people?
The nerd
And Scumbag Steve, it's like what does it benefit me?
I think about it actually every time I take a deuce.
What?
Because it's like I could courtesy flush, and that would be good guy Greg. Good guy Greg, he courtesy flushes, and I want to be like good guy Greg. But sometimes if I don't like the people that are actually in the bathroom at that moment, I might just let it fester for a little while.
Well, that brings up a good question. How do you know who is around you when you're pooping?
You can hear talk.
But look, this is good because this kind of relates to the meme that I like, the creeper canine. Because you always know who's around by their smell.
Oh man!
Oh,
If you can identify somebody by their smell in the bathroom,
that's pretty bad.
That's why you just poop the stall open. You can look around, talk to people too.
That's even creepier. Creeper canine.
But my favorite is just the crow. However, I am more like paranoid parrot and
you are.
awkward penguin.
Honestly, you are.
I'm
I've
a
told you
mixture
that.
between the
Socially
penguin,
awkward parrot.
socially awkward parrot. I'm kind of both of them. I really am paranoid about a lot of things. I'm afraid there's murders in my house all the time. I'll actually check my entire house, all 3 bedrooms, which are all empty. But I'll still check them just to make sure no one's in there.
Why do you have 3 bedrooms when you're a single guy living in a house?
Why not? That's my question to you is why not?
Well, we might have our
Explain that.
podcast there.
Explain that.
Yeah, we're thinking about turning one of those into a studio-esque things, and we can do video stuff in there.
I'm for it, even though I'm not part of the triad that you guys have. I'm for it.
We're just special guests. You don't count.
But
Your
my
opinion has no weight here.
it does if I make a random account and I email you guys.
Right. You be the first one.
Like,
Hey,
wow,
you
we
guys
I'm gonna wait
record
for
in
somebody
different
else
areas.
to email you guys, and then I'll email you guys a suggestion.
Anyway, what's next?
Alright, next topic. Girls and tattoos.
Girls
By the
and
way,
tattoos.
we are at 54 minutes of the podcast.
Went by fast.
Let's keep on going.
Good times are to be had when you're drinking
No,
with
I
friends.
might make a post podcast, so I saved the first one.
Anyway, girls and tattoos. What do we? Oh, we're up or down voting it?
Yep.
Are we liking or disliking it?
What do you guys think?
It's a girl you want to date but not marry.
Okay.
It's got to be. Like, I don't like girls that are completely tatted out like some biker dude. I like girls with a few tattoos. Or
Like, I'm sorry, Mike. Are you talking about like suicide girls?
I think suicide girls are hot. I think
Yeah,
girls
they
with
are
tattoos are hot. So that's my opinion.
I don't know if I
Can be.
would want
That'd
to
be hot
like
already.
stay with that person. I'm not sure. I haven't been in that situation.
I could.
But I have to agree with you. It's really fucking hot.
How about you, pal?
If they're hot already, they're gonna be hot tattoos.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, like if there's some like, sorry, I'm gonna be kind of superficial here, but there's some fat fucking couple are, alright? Those are tattoos, alright? It is gonna help their.
You are a horrible person. You are scumbag Steve incarnate.
Yeah.
I don't think a tattoo necessarily makes a person hot, though. I think if a person's hot, they're going to be hot with or without a tattoo. So a tattoo is just a personality thing, and sometimes a unique personality is what makes a person attractive sometimes. But they have to be physically attractive to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, it really
cool
is
story, bro.
Kind of a side point. Girls with tattoos, with me, doesn't matter. It doesn't really adjust my decision.
Yeah, a girl with tattoos could be an awesome girl, or she could be, a scumbag Cheryl, or whatever you want to call it.
Scumbag Cheryl. Do you have a person in your life named Cheryl who's a scumbag? You came that name pretty fast.
Well, it just, it rhymed. Everybody has a little scumbag, and everybody has a little good guy Greg in them.
That's the moral of the story. This whole podcast.
Yeah.
And that's why we should all wear the WWGGG. Is that right? WWGGG.
What would good guy Greg do?
And then we'll be a
You
better
guys should
place.
all drink for that.
And we will all be a better place. This world will be a better place.
We should make a shirt about that. But we are at the end of the podcast today, so thank you for joining us. This is the Kill It With Fire crew with special guest Mike and
Extra
Souljuice.
special guest Super Souljuice.
You gotta drink for that.
Yeah.
Souljuice.
Gotta
AKA
suck some of that soul juice down.
Thank you for listening, and you stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to say.